All right, welcome back to part two. I am making some upgrade and some transition into better updating the channel. Comment and let me know the what the visual looks like and what the audio looks like as well. So for those just joining me, this is part two of the time trial. We're gonna do the R34 as we did the last time. Let me know what you guys think of the video. I am also making adjustments and addition as I go along. So what I am integrating now in my videos is more commentary and more visual. So most of the commentary now and the visual it's basic, but I need you guys to leave your comments and let me know what you guys think of it. But what we are doing today is we're continuing the time trial part two for this R34 GTR. It's a GTR V-SPEC, spec number 2 New York. It's an O2. So if you guys watch this channel, you should not be watching and not liking the video or commenting. It doesn't help the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you like this kind of a content. For all the members and all the subscribers that loves the content that is on this channel, you know that your input your input helps with my feedback according to what is it that you see within the videos. So I need that kind of feedback. So as usual, we're gonna do a minimum of two laps on this, and then depending on the lap time, then I might move out or into 3 or 4 laps, but mainly it'll just be 2 laps. So as you can see in the top right there, my fastest speed on this track is 512. 512, following that 530. There is a very small amount of cars or vehicle in this game that can reach that time. If you're a driver playing Gran Turismo and you can get a faster time than that, then go ahead and post that in one of my comments, and or post your video or your time, and let me see if you guys actually play this game. So there's a Nismo version that was just added to the game recently. I bought the car and modified it to the max of what is given in the game, at least currently, and the drive satisfaction was nothing as close to this. So obviously this is not one of the fastest cars for the class that it is, and with the modification that's been added to it. For me, it is an absolute favorite to drive. 130 miles per hour going around the corners like that. That is not too bad for a car like this. Onto the back stretch, should be able to get just a bit over 200. Even at such high speed, coming down that hill and around the corner, the car is still stable all the way. Alright, we'll now go into the second lap. So as you can see, there's another version of the car back there that was for the previous lap. Simply have to try to beat that. The gear shifts are on time. There's not much delay. And with a good number of cars, once you modify it in this game, there can be a speed delay when you're trying to go into corners and come out of the corner. For most cars, you have to get back onto a straight part of the track for the car to pick up in speed. And there is very little of that with this car. As you can see, I'm making better time from the previous lap. Coming up to the last quarter of the track before we get on that back stretch. As you can see, there's been a huge time split between the previous lap and this one. So this lap is a much better one. There you have it, 651. Quite a lovely car. So one of the reasons why I always do at least 2 laps, because on the first lap, if I haven't gotten a lot of warm-up time to warm up to the track, even though it's a track that I've driven before, the first lap is always just a little bit slower. And so I tend to do the first lap and then go it over one more time on the second lap. So the track, the entirety of the track is long enough, so it gives you enough time to get warm up to all the twists and turns that the car can have. By the time you finish the first lap and get into the second lap, then you're at least a little bit more acclimated to the track, so you can push the car just a little bit more. So normally I still drive good on the first lap, but there is a little bit more time lag. I will escape the car around the corner just a visual effect. Even though it's a time trial. So the first lap is a little bit more relaxed. By the time I get into the second lap, then I use as less braking as I can, going in and out of corners. And one of the good things about this car in particular is that the weight of the car and the ratio to which it brakes, it stops and go. It's a really balanced combination. So the car doesn't slide as much, and when you press on the brake, it stops. as far as the integration of the commentary and the video of me being in the videos, I'm trying to incorporate that more into the gaming session, at least as far as the live gaming go. So there is more interaction between me and you guys. That right there just now, that is a huge downhill. So it's a huge dip. You can see the car just lift off the ground. Those corners right there, it doesn't seem like it's as close or as tight, but when you're going at over 130 miles an hour, it comes at a very fast pace. So this car is a good car to be able to still going at that speed, and is able to stay on the track. Do a visual of the on dashboard. As you can see, over 230. That was the first lap. On the second lap, we're gonna do a little bit more on the dashboard. Kind of switch between the different camera angles. One thing I like to see is the actual shifting of the gears. And so one of the only ways to get the best speeds or the best times in this game is driving the cars in manual transmission. That's all I drive my cars in. For normal testing of cars, you can drive it in automatic. You can even still race in automatic. But to get the best times or the best win in the game, manual transmission is the way to go. Especially when you have highly modified cars. You're gonna need quick shifting in and out of gears to be able to stop when you want to, or to slow down when going into corner at high speeds up over 200 miles an hour. And the manual transmission helps with the compression of slowing down the car. So that is a must for me when I'm driving. Manual transmission for sure. Look at that. Different angles show you how fast the car is moving on the track. if you're a car collector, this is one of those cars that you want to have. And obviously, this. Oh, look at that! That's just beautiful. Yeah. So obviously, within this game, there are certain modifications that you can do. Well, if you're a car collector, why not do just as much to modify the car, especially when it comes to the aesthetic? Give it a more wider look, as you can see, right over the front and the back of the tires. That has the width has been pulled out on the car, make it look so much more like it's sitting on the track. It's been given bigger rims, better looking rims, bigger tires as well, wider tires for it to be able to properly grip the track, especially with the high speeds that it is now being tuned for. The front and the rear spoiler has been adjusted. It also has a rear diffuser, as you can see in the back. The muffler system has been upgraded to a race modification. The intake, the manifold has been upgraded to race modification. And one of the main thing that's gonna pull it all together when you're doing this kind of modification is the weight reduction. And if you can see those roll bar or the cage bar in the car, you can see those going across the back of the car there. That helps with the weight reduction. It holds the body of the car together so it doesn't twist and turn as much. So the suspension has been upgraded to the race suspension as well. The race transmission, the flywheel has been upgraded. The brake pads have been upgraded to the race brake pad. What I currently have in there is the carbon brake pad. The fully customized race computer has been upgraded as well. All the engine, the pistons has been upgraded. The entirety of all the mechanical and electrical parts that's part of the engine has been upgraded. The car has been lowered for better downforce or aerodynamic. Less air flows underneath the car. It also creates less drag on the car as well. And as you can see, when I shift in and out of gear, there's flames shooting out of that muffler, which is a lovely addition to it. Here on the back stress, let's go ahead and check that dashboard. The flag is completely maxed out. Translate over the 300 kilometers per hour into miles per hour, you're getting over 230 plus miles per hour. An amazing car. Now, this is one of the cars in the dream world that has been going up in pricing. The appraisal is now up to almost 500,000, which is amazing for a car like this. And this is a 2002 car. So there you have it, part 2 of the R34 GTR V-SPEC Nord 202. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Also, like the video. One thing that I will remind you guys of is that you have to comment for me to be able to interact with you guys. But there you have it. That is part 2 of the R34 GTR. I might have a part 3 because there is another upgraded version, which is the Nismo version that was recently introduced into the game. I've already gotten the car modified and tested, and that is pertaining to the Nismo version. I may do that as an addition as the part 3 version. But so far, what I can say, this car is an absolute gem. It's a must for you to have in your garage. It's classified as an A-class car, but with the modification, internal and the external aesthetics, it is now officially or can be classified as an S-class. Top speed over 230 miles per hour. Absolutely amazing. As you can see, the performance points on the car is over 800. So this car is reaching. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I will now hand out this episode, and I will be coming back with either part 3, or I will be getting into the R32, which I haven't done as yet, or I will be getting into the R35 GTR. And those are absolutely amazing cars.